ni na tashar KBTV, maza da mata duka na faɗin tashar KBTV, yara manya ma na faɗin tashar KBTV, siyasa ma na faɗin tashar KBTV, mana da 'yan kasuwa na yabon tashar KBTV, fage na aiki ai ban abin siyan KBTV.
Built on a strong foundation of educating, informing and entertaining the public within the shore of Kebbi State and beyond, the edict and act for the establishment of Kebbi State Television as a broadcasting outfit to be solely owned by the state government was first conceived by the first civilian governor of the state, Alhaji Abubakar Musa Garkon Yawuri. Meanwhile, the taking over of government by late General Sani Abacha saw Colonel Saliu Tunde Bello awarding contract for the construction of a befitting state television for the newly created state. The change of leadership kept hope alive as the pioneer television station in the state was completed by Colonel J.I.P. Uba and commissioned on the 2nd of August 1996 by late General Sani Abacha. The station since establishment has justified its mandate and waxing stronger among its contemporaries. The station administrative structure comprises of the general manager, assisted by 6 managers of administration, news and current affairs, programs, engineering, marketing, finance and supply. As at 1996, when the station was created and commissioned, it has a staff strength of 59, which has gradually grown to over 100 staff over the years. The station started with analog equipment with substations at Bulasa, Zuru, Koko, and the main station in Birnin Kebbi, the state capital. The station has equally joined the world switch to digitization through installation of digital facilities for the station, courtesy of the state government. Pioneer Program Manager Alhaji Umar Babuka Abubakar commended the initiative and foresight of past military and civilian administrations for the birth of Kebbi State Television and commended the present administration for keeping the flag flying. Alhaji Babuga said Kebbi State Television has come of age and urged the staff to continue to justify the mandate upon which the state television was established.
I have to give thanks to Allah who spared my life to reach this time. Many of us who transferred the services from NTA Sokoto to KBTV, most of us are dead. So I have to give thanks to Allah. So as we said, the time when we came, people were very, very happy. And I could remember before the creation of KBTV, there was NTA from Sokoto, the transmitter from Jaridi, it reaches up to Benin Kebbi and part of Koko. So people were very, very happy that state television was created. And they gave us our own contribution for patronizing us. Anytime when we call them, they do come for patronage for programs, managers. So, Alhamdulillah, the time when we started, as I said, we were 12 of us who transferred their services from NTA Sokoto and came here. And so the program that we created mostly are the program that we know or we have brought from Sokoto: dramas, discussion programs, religious programs, children's programs, and soccer. So they are very, very interesting programs. There are not many but they are the programs that we know viewers like. So that's how we started. During our time, we who came as a professional people, we know very well what television is all about. And we call or we employed people like you and teaches you how these programs should be treated or how you should produce programs. So during that time, you copied what we normally show you and you take it up and you produce what is supposed to be produced on a very quality type of program. But nowadays, I don't know what is happening. You will see so many mistakes on television. If you call the person who made that mistake, he will always say, yes, sir, I will do it. I will correct it. But he will never correct it. Television and radio is a medium that you have to know. You have to learn it. You don't just take it like you take any other job to learn on the job. You can learn on the job, but honestly speaking, you have to get professional touch of what you are doing. You can be very good in English and start producing or presenting a program. But within that time, you are making mistakes. But you don't know you are making a professional mistake in presenting the program. Your English is good, but the presentation itself, you have to learn it, whether you know English or you don't. But if you know English, it will add to the color of it. But you have to put professional touch in it. That's what you are lacking now, professional touch. And where you get professional touch, you have to go to TV programs, to TV college. Since our time, when we sent 2-3 people to television college, since that time, I don't think there was any person or any staff who have been sent to TV college. And television is a profession that you have to learn. This is a thing which a 1-minute program. It will consist of 3, 4, 5 people. If you want to put professional touch.
Some of the popular programs of KB State Television upon creation were Hausa drama series, da rarrafe daga masarautunmu, baƙonmu na mako, mai muke ciki, in kunne yaji, mudaliyar musulunci, kwasha kiɗa, iya ruwa, Health Digest, lafiya jari, KBTV News, Saturday Spotlight, KB Diary in the News, don makiyaya, Corpus Forum, ɗanɗano in ka san yau, gaishe-gaishe, aikin wani, tajwid, wasannin mako, mai son sani, taskar mata, gyara kayanka, sallar juma'a, matters of the moment, shari'ar rayuwar musulmi, mutum da muhallinsa, don manoma, daga fadar Abdullahi Gwandu, filin fatawa, dausayin Alkur'ani among others. While acknowledging the support of the state government to the station, Alhaji Umar Abubakar Babuga said a lot still needs to be done for the sole television station owned by the state government.
One, you have to get a cameraman. That is one. 2, you have to get somebody who can write good English. Straight. 2, 3, you have to get somebody who can make a voice to record it. Right? 4, you have to get an engineer. 5, you have to get editor who can edit these things. So it's just a minute program. You have to combine 5, 6, 7 people to get 1 minute program down. By today, you will take only 1, 2 people to produce a program, which is not right. Not right. You are just doing things just the way you want it. But professionally, you have to go to television college and learn these things. And I advise the government to please see to what is popular in television and radio in the state, because you can't do without it. This social media is not enough. Government can have social media up to whatever, but they are not enough. They are not up to the grassroots. The grassroots people are not seeing television, are not hearing programs from radio, because the radio is dead. 2 hours program out of 24 hours, 22 hours, the radio is dead. Television, you can't reach poor man. Poor man can't afford handphone. He can't afford it. Let government come to it to get the poor man see what the government is doing, what the government is doing to them, the building, the what do you call it, the development that the government is doing. So please, I'm appealing to the government to see to the flight of television and radio so that we will get a viewership, plenty of viewership, so that the people will know what the government is doing for them.
Adding his voice to congratulate the management, staff, government and people of the state on the 30th anniversary celebration of KB State Television was one-time senior editor, deputy director news and current affairs, and former general manager of the state television, Malam Shitu Musa Taylor, described the establishment of KB State Television as a fulfillment of responsibility of government to educate, enlighten and entertain the public on government policies and programs.
Very lively, and I'm of course very happy to be part of this celebration, and of course to say something as I know it about KB television. KB television is a fulfillment of responsibility of the government to own or to have a media house like KBTV, where government policies and programs are explained and transmitted to the members of the public. For a station like that to reach this long, 30 years is not a joke. It is certainly worthy of celebration. It is worthy, actually. And I'm congratulating both management and members of staff of the television. And I'm urging you to wake up and go with time, because activities of journalism are not static. They go with time. They are improving on daily basis. So also the operators also have to move with time.
Malam Shitu Musa Taylor, while urging the management and staff to support the workers update their knowledge, he appealed to the government to upgrade the equipment and improve the working condition of the media personnel.
To me, working in television is a collective responsibility. If at all I have achieved anything in KBTV, it was not my own success. It was the success of people like your cameraman, Bello VHS, Rayano Aikamba, Mohammed Aikamba, almost everybody, the cleaners. When they don't clean, what do we do? The cameraman and the rest of them, everyone participated in the success. And you don't in any way look down on anybody that is working in the field. Everyone is important. And that's what I believed, and that's what I ran, and that's what I succeeded in achieving. Whenever I think of KBTV as part of my life history, I used to remember Alhaji Garba Musa Zuru, who is a friend to Abubakar Chika Ladan, AC Ladan, who was then the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Information. I went to Hotline Kaduna in 1995, where I was employed as staff writer. I practiced there and I gained experience. In 1997, I came back from Zulu, and College of Agriculture who employed me as assistant lecturer. 1998, Garba Musa Zulu informed AC Ladan about me, and they invited me. They invited me 3 times and I did not come. On the 3rd time, I had to come because Garba Musa Zulu is like my elder brother. So he was not happy when I did not come on time. The very day I came, that very day I was offered a letter of appointment as senior editor, and it entails being the second in command in the newsroom. So I stayed in the newsroom from that particular time till the time I became the general manager of the station. And even as the general manager of the station, my priority was the news and current affairs department, because that's where I belong. Then I started running programs, even when I was in news and current affairs department. Matters of the moment, Nemuke Chiki, guest of the week, Bakomuneo, and later myself, Bello Kamba, that Bello BHS that you know, Mohammed Ibrahim Kamba, we introduced Dandalin Siyasa. And Dandalin Siyasa became something very important to the people of the state. And if there is anything that is missing now, I think such kind of programs where everyone was given a chance to come and air his views. We don't care where you belong, whether you are in the ruling party, whether you are in the opposition, everyone. We gave chance to every vote. And even when I was the GM, I think we were doing the same program recently. And we invited people that are not from the ruling party, and they came. So alhamdulillah, when I remember that, I feel fulfilled and I feel very happy. And I always wish someone will do better than me.
Thank you very much, sir. Lastly, sir, your word of advice to management and staff and the company itself.
First, I want to appeal to the government. Please do something to KBTV. People love KBTV. I know. People like KBTV, like the activities and programs of KBTV. Government should do something about it to uplift the standard of the station. It is only when the station is functional and accessible to the people of the state, no matter their status, will not be happy. Sometimes I ride Okada. If I speak to Okada man before or when we are moving, and he hears my voice, he will recognize that it is she to Musa Taylor, and that man will not collect my money. Sometimes I'll go to the market to buy kaya miya, and I'll come back with it free of charge. They will not. If there was somebody that was giving me Dankali Turawa and these local potatoes, free of charge. She too kaza. And somebody, sometimes I had a program with His Excellency Suleiman Mohammed Argungu as the campaign manager of General SIG. And somebody from NEPA said from that day they will never touch the electricity supply to my house, because I had that interview with Suleiman Argungu. Because they were in the opposing party, APC was in her. So I enjoyed it. So many things. Sometimes what makes me happy most is to see you people interacting peacefully. No shouting, no abuses. Do the right thing when you know you are to do it. So it makes me happy. I did not suffer, I did not give myself any stretch when I was in office.
Speaking on the 30th anniversary of establishment of KB State Television, one of the station pioneer staff, one-time head of transmission, controller, former manager programs, former manager administration, and former general manager of the state television, Alhaji Lawali Suleiman said, the staff pulled from various ministries and departments were committed to serving the newly created state and the sole television station owned by the state government. He said self-discipline, commitment, and dedication were their guiding principles, and the staff gave out their best to justify the mandate of the station, adding that the station has witnessed remarkable transformation from the use of analog equipment like the use of U-matic cameras, U-matic tapes, VCR, U-matic editing machines, to now the use of VHS cassette, DV Pro, camcorder, DV tapes, and the current use of memories and flash drives, to new digital equipment to make the station in tune with global trend.
Of course, we are the first batch, probably the first line of staff who came to KBTV, and I can confirm to you that it was really challenging. A lot of us were not journalists. Some of us were picked from different stations, or would I say ministries, with virtually no studio background, no mic background, no camera background. A lot of us came in. We were lucky. There are a few that were picked from NTA Sokoto, who I can confirm some of them are still around today, though not in the station, but they can confirm really they took us through. But thank God, we're able to scale through. And I can confirm also that we're able to win that battle of first arrivals because of we were serious. We want to learn. You can see everybody is a cameraman when it comes to work. Everybody is a reporter when it comes to work. Everybody is a studio attendant when it comes to work. There's no director, no seniority when it comes to work. We're just ready to learn. So we went through thick and thin, and thank God we're talking about 30 years in KBTV.
The former general manager said the management and staff were driven by the zeal to making the station stand out as the best, and this has remained the focus of management and staff of the state television. While applauding the effort of the state government, particularly Governor Nasir Idris Gawron-Gwandu-led administration for keeping the flag flying, and appealed to the government to do more for the state television and radio, and urged the staff to rededicate themselves to duty. As to whom much is given, much is equally expected. The state-owned television and radio station should be the pride of the state and its people.
Yes, if I may start from your first question. When we came, this idea of new media, or whatever you want to call it, was not there. We're lucky. Everybody was putting his eyes and attention on us. But now the situation has changed. Even those in the corridors of power more or less now believe in the new media. I don't know why. They are unprofessional. They were never trained. We find people who cannot put together 3, 4, 5 sentences to be writing stories. You find people who don't even understand what exactly is the subject matter of a story I want to write. What is the lead of my story? People don't even know, but yet they keep writing stories. They write stories, and those are the ones in the corridors of power listen to. The conventional media has completely been abandoned for me. That's what I feel, because I knew the attention we were receiving. I visited my former station, that's KBTV, some time back. I was not happy with what I saw, as if they've been abandoned by the government. This 30 years anniversary is an opportunity for the state government to please come back to your own. KB State Television Service is your own. It's your own baby. You decide what happened there. So I feel they still need the attention of the state government. Some time back, I know the state governor graciously approved certain equipments, as I read from the news of the station, which is good. The current governor is good. All I think he needs is a little guidance over what should be done with the state media. The state media need the attention of the state government.
He expressed optimism that the future looked brighter for the state television. While congratulating the management and staff of the state television, government and people of the state on the occasion of its 30th anniversary, the general manager of the state television, Alai Sahab Yusuf Bunza, described the occasion as a milestone in the history of the state and assured that the station will continue to uphold the mandate upon which it was established.
As the acting general manager of the state television service, I first of all I want to use this opportunity to congratulate management and the staff of the state television service for the 30 years anniversary of the creation of the state television. The creation of the state television service is a milestone is one of the achievements of the state government during the military regime, because first of all, the creation has assisted in bringing government closer to the people. Uh, the government used that opportunity to promote peace, unity, and understanding between various groups in the society. Secondly, the government used that opportunity, that medium, to alert the public on the importance of cordial relationship and the mutual understanding among various ethnic groups in the state. And secondly, is one of the achievements of the creation of the state television service is to entertain people. People used to hear many things, history and religiously and whatsoever from the state television service. That is one of the most achievements in the creation of the state television in the past 30 years. People are entertained, people are enlightened, people are informed about the government policy and the programs. Those are the some out of the many achievements recorded. And the state television service is one of the reliable television medium in the state. Whenever people hear anything outside, they will first of all confirm what is your source of that information. Someone will say, I hear it from the state television service. So whenever they hear any government policy from the state television service, people will actually have a confidence that that policy or that statement is a genuine statement, since you'll hear it from the state television service. As we have clocked 30 years now, the assurance that we are going to give the public and the government is, first of all, as we have started running 24 hours now, we'll continue on it. And inshallah, with the help of the present administration for installing a dedicated line to us, inshallah, we'll continue to transmit our programs non-stop, 12 hours or 24 hours, I can say. That is one of the assurance that we are going to give the people. And secondly, we are going to continue to help in promoting peace, unity, and understanding among various groups in the state. And on the government side, inshallah, we are going to continue promoting government policies and programs at all times, especially the present administration.
In his remarks on the 30th anniversary of KB State Television, the station pioneer manager engineer Muhammad Bello Benin Kebi said the management and staff were driven by joy and vigor to serve the state, as the staff were sent on training in faraway Italy on installation of transmitters and studio equipment. Engineer Muhammad Bello Benin Kebi said, although the working environment and the demand of the job were tedious, but the vigor, conducive working environment, availability of spare parts, and welfare package remain motivating factor for the management and staff of the station as they work round the clock to meet the yearning and aspiration of government in power in educating the public on government policies and programs, as well as inform and entertain the teeming viewers. Therefore appealed to the state government to accord priority attention to the state television, in addition to providing them with state-of-the-art facilities to increase their reach out to the public. Joining the management and staff of the state television to celebrate its 30th anniversary was a former Director Information and retired Permanent Secretary of the State Ministry of Information and Culture, Alhaji Garba Hamisu Zuru, who holds the title of Dan Amana Zuru, said, establishment of the state television was conceived by the first civilian governor of the state, Alhaji Abubakar Musa Garkon Yauri, who awarded contract for the construction of the state-owned television station, 128 million for equipment and 25 million for building, to a Japanese company, Technosystem. He said, in spite of the military takeover of government, the contract went unabated and was commissioned on the 2nd of August 1996 by the head of state and commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, late General Sani Abacha. The television station has its main office in Birnin Kebbi, with transmission station at Bulasa, Koko, and Zuru for wider coverage. Alhaji Garba Hamisu Zuru described the establishment of the state television as worthy.
It was that of happiness, because that meant that we will not go to Sokoto, we will not have to rely on any state to transmit our television signals. For the records, it was a very big project, because apart from the main station, which is stationed in Birnin Kebbi town, we have a transmitting station that is stationed in Kulasa. That transmission station beams its signals to Koko transmitting station. And there is also another transmitting station in Zulu. That not considered enough. Another idea of establishing another transponder station this time was muted, and it was realized, that of Andare. So there were 4 transmitting stations apart from the main station, which is, so people were happy that we were now able to transmit our television signals to the people. So what the government did, it was during Garkuwa's regime that the first general manager of the station was employed by the Kebbi state government to serve as director television. I mean, to nurse the establishment of the station. Apart from him, there were other 2, 3 persons that were also invited. The state government invited a program specialist, an engineer, work with late Muhammad Atairu. They were working tirelessly to ensure the establishment of the station. So they were the set of people that were brought from Sokoto to take care of the establishment of the station. And they did it meritoriously fine. And it was not a big deal. After everything was done with the supply of equipment, installation of equipment, some other people from NTA Sokoto of KV extraction were also invited, and they saw the establishment and the realization of the station.
Dan Amana Zuru urged management and staff of the station to justify government investment by being selfless, dedicated, and committed to their duties in promoting government policies and programs, and appeal to the government to secure license and insurance for the state television and radio.
It's the licensing of the station, because the station still is run by the old license, which has elapsed. So with the provision of modern equipment, there is a need to provide resources for the registration and then the upgrade of equipment. Because the NBC provides licenses for new equipment, and I don't think the station has been licensed. important that the station is licensed, and it is important that the station is insured against calamities. Insurance and licensing is plea to the government.
Muhammad Ibrahim Kamba, who was a former head of film editing unit, former manager marketing, and retired manager program, and now general manager of a private TV station, Equity Television, Benin Kebbi, was among pioneer staff of Kebbi State Television, KBTV, who were employed in 1996. He said the station started with only 5 staff pulled from NTA Sokoto, but additional 28 staff were transferred from various ministry boards and parastatals, with only 4 staff manning the News and Current Affairs department, where Muhammad Ibrahim Kamba became the only film editor for news and programs. Alhaji Muhammad Kamba said the pioneer staff worked for 6 months without salaries and still endure, but were later paid in arrears. He enjoined staff of the station to make self-discipline, dedication and selfless service their guiding principles, and appealed to government to, on its part, to do the needful in saving the station and radio from imminent collapse. Speaking on the anniversary celebration, one of the founding fathers of Kebbi State Television, the then Director General of the Department of Information and Culture, and now State Ministry of Information and Culture, Alhaji Abubakar Chikaladam Bordengwandu, said few months into the creation of the new state, government of the day saw the need to complete the hitherto Rima radio booster station in Benin Kebbi, now to Kebbi Radio, and the need to have a state-owned television station. He said several personalities like the late Adamu Dankano, Abdullah Idris came on board in the establishment of the state television, as contract was awarded to a Japanese company, Techno System, and 5 of the pioneer engineering staff were sponsored to Italy by the state government to be trained on assembling of transmitters and other studio equipments. Among them are late engineer Muhammad Atahiru Kamba, engineer Muhammad Bello Benin Kebbi, engineer Sanusi Baba Yauri, late engineer Muhammad Mahuta, and engineer Abbas Kafinta Argungu. The land acquired for the construction include office complex, staff quarters, and workshop, among others.
When I went to the ministry, I decided to sit down and look at what should be our main priority for the department. Identify so many things, but the 3 key projects were identified for execution: cable radio, and the state cultural troop. Stately, we commenced working to ensure the implementation. The state cultural troop, we were able to look at persons deployed from Sokoto, able within a basic for the cable radio, we inherited a repeater station repeater station that was under construction when we were in Sokoto State. Booster stations, as we call them then. The contract was awarded when we were in Sokoto State with the establishment of booster station for Lima Radio in Benin, so that it will cover the whole state. The time Kebbi retaliated, the booster station was not completed. Rather than continuing as a booster station, we recommended to state government that it should be upgraded to a full-fledged radio, and that was accepted. And this was during the tenure of Abubakar Musa Yahudi. We invited the contractor then, MG Kala Kaduna, who was doing that, and we told him our request. Went and submitted his proposal, and that was accepted when the upgrading continued. It was completed not long after. Then the television, we had no anything to work on. We have to start afresh. recommended to the government that there was need to start working on ways to establish television, just as we had in some other states. And that was approved, and we were asked to submit proposal on how best we can start the project during the same period of our project. We had a team, so 3 of us were working on that. Myself, the Director General of the Ministry, Kankano, the Director of Information, Adamu Giris, the Director Planning. Cover that none of us and any member of the ministry have that technical know-how on how to go about bringing in technical recommendations. So we recommended to the government that we should get somebody from somewhere who had the knowledge, technical knowledge. Search around, and Mohammed Tahiru come over to the recommended ministry. Invited him from NTA, willing to transfer service, and he agreed to do that. The problem we had is a salary scale of what to place him, because what he was getting in the television was beyond the GL that he was supposed to be placed on the state civil service. So in order to attract and retain him, we recommended to the state government that he should be deployed as a director to the ministry of level 16. And that was accepted, and he came in as a director of level 16, regardless of what he was earning. Just to make sure at least he earns what he was earning as at the NTA with little increment, and he accepted. So we started working together with him for us. We started making contacts with some companies that were involved in the construction of television equipment. One of the major ones we contacted was a company, then Thomson. I'm not sure whether it is still around or not. Some other companies. Along the line, we were told that Taraba State, that was established the same time with KBTV, were working on a similar project. So said rather than why don't we pay a visit to them, see what they were doing, perhaps what they were doing will assist us. Both us took our time and drove to Taraba State. Then spent 2 days on the Taraba. The time we visited the Taraba station, but that we were almost on the same level. We were also on the drawing board. And met one engineer, also they handed him to NTA, Joshua or something like that. So, yes, had a good chat with him, and he advised us that rather than going for the bigger companies, why don't we look for some smaller companies that will at least the product will be cheaper, and the quality will be assured, because they are looking for outlet for them to be known across the world, and they will give us all the necessary support to ensure that they had a good takeoff. So we connected with an Italian company, Tecano System or whatever. Contacted them. Immediately they sent one of their engineers right from Italy to Kebbi to look at that. We had good discussion with him. Found that the cost they were giving us was much, much lower than what the other bigger companies were giving. So we settled for that company, continued doing the discussions. The process went on, and gave us the design. Ahmed was working with them, and we agreed on almost everything.
While applauding the management and staff of the station for acknowledging their contribution to the birth of KB State Television, He urged them to continue to keep the flag of the station flying and justify the mandate upon which the station was established, and appealed to the state government to provide the state television and radio with updated digital facilities to be in tune with global trend and ensuring training and retraining of staff at all times. Adding his voice to the 30th anniversary celebration of KBTV, the district head of Gwadangwaji, Magajin Garin Gwadangwaji, Alhaji Umar Ahmad, MNI, said establishment of the state television was conceived to educate, inform, entertain the public, as well as enlighten them on government policies and programs.
It is the idea of the then executive governor, Elijah Abubakar Musa Garkonya, that, like I said, you have to sell yourself properly and you need all the media necessary for that. Before the creation of KB State, I think in terms of radio, we were relying solely on Radio Kaduna. And Rima Radio, right, yes. But then, where are they now? In particular, Kaduna, I don't think is even operational anymore. So the need for you to establish your own media is very necessary for you to sell yourself to the public and to educate them about activities of government. We already knew that by establishing that media house, we'll sell ourselves and we'll be exposed all over Nigeria and the whole world. And it is necessary for anybody governing any entity at all that you educate the people you are governing, explain things to them, show them what you are doing physically, practically. So that is why the establishment of KBTV became necessary. In fact, before KBTV, immediately we came in, the first target was KB Radio. Well, of course, you know, establishment of a KB a television station is more costly, more highly technical than the radio. That is why we started with the radio, and then the television followed. It's very necessary.
He commended the management and staff of the station for keeping alive the spirit and mandate of the station, urging them to rededicate themselves to duty towards making the station the best in the country. The district head, while commending Kaurangwandu-led administration for its commitment to making the state-owned media compete favorably with its counterpart from across the country, he appealed to the state government to do more to make the station stand out.
So endeavor to perfect yourself, please. Government has been doing well. I understand Kaurangwandu has in particular bought new equipment for you. That's all. Very good. And we have seen the changes. So we commend him and we hope it will continue. And like I said, we hope through him you will get to be the best television station in Nigeria. I wish you so, inshallah.
Speaking of the anniversary celebration, a renowned Islamic scholar and one of the chief imam of Halilu Abdul Jumat Mosque, Malam Haruna Abu Kazaki Gwandu, is the reciter of the Holy Quran for opening and closing of the transmission since establishment in 1996 to date.
In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Indeed, I am very happy to be part of those who have been doing program in KBTV. I can remember the initial program. Babuga, who was the director of programs, he invited me to KBTV. By then, Muhammad Al-Tahir Kamba was the GM. May his soul rest in perfect peace. When he called me, he has confidence in me that my recitation will inshallah host the station. And it happened. Since the inception, I was the one who has been reading the glorious Quran in KBTV. Some people, when they see me, they even call me open and close. Yes, they used to name me like that. I can remember in one of the programs called Ero Fedakai, Wamba Osi got a television set because he mentioned my name as a must out in all the programs. And I can also recall I attended Gwadabawa Secondary School. When we had an old voice meeting, somebody just looked at me and said, "You mean you finished in Gwadabawa?" I yes, I finished in Gwadabawa. I said, "But I used to see you in television." By then, he was in Achena, Sokoto State. He used to follow my program, both opening and closing. He will not lie down until he sees my program. Yeah, so by then, you know, there are no social media like this. So KBTV was very famous.
He described the achievement of the state television as the best thing to happen to the state, adding that the station has continued to promote the religious ideals, culture, norms, and tradition of people of the state, and this has made the station famous for the past 3 decades. Malam Haruna Gondu urged the management and staff of the station to dedicate themselves to duty and called on the state government to continue to accord priority attention to its state-owned media outfits.
Na yi nisa yau zani na tashar KBTV, maza da mata duka na fadin tashar KBTV, yara manya ma na fadin tashar KBTV, ya sama na fadin tashar